At 22, she broke my heart. At 52, I saw her again. But this story isn't about revenge or regret. It's about the moment I realized the love I had been searching for all my life had been quietly waiting in the background. Sometimes, second chances don't come from the past, but from what you never noticed before. Let me tell you what happened that day. I thought I'd buried those feelings. Some people say the past is just a memory. But for me, the past came walking straight back into my life, wearing the same smile that once made my heart forget how to beat. At 52, my life was quiet. I had my job, my apartment, my routines. No wife, no children, just a neatly organized life with no unexpected turns. But one phone call changed everything. It was an invitation to my college reunion. At first, I didn't want to go. What was the point? Just a bunch of people pretending to be happy, hiding their weight gain and hair loss. But something pulled me there. Maybe it was curiosity, maybe loneliness, or maybe it was fate. The girl I lost, and the one I never noticed. As I walked into the college courtyard, I saw familiar faces, older, yes, but still carrying the spark of youth in their eyes. And then I saw her, Anita, my ex-girlfriend, my first love. The one who broke my heart like it was a cheap glass. She was laughing, surrounded by people, looking just as beautiful as she did at 22. Memories hit me like a wave. Late-night calls, shared coffee, stolen kisses in the library, and then betrayal. She left me for someone else. Just like that, I stood frozen, until I heard another voice. Rajiv? I turned, and there she was, Mrs. Shalini Mehra, my college English teacher. But she looked different, softer, warmer, the same calm eyes, but now with a deeper kindness. Ma'am, I smiled, awkwardly touching my forehead as if I were still her student. She laughed gently, still polite, still shy. That laugh, how had I never noticed how beautiful it was? Section 3, Dinner for Two and the Conversation That Changed Everything. That evening I skipped the big party. Too much noise, too many ghosts. I found a quiet bench near the old library, just sitting, thinking. Then a voice interrupted me again. Mind some company? It was her, Shalini ma'am. We sat in silence at first, watching the breeze move through the trees, and then we talked about literature, about life, about pain. She told me her husband had passed away 8 years ago. No children. Just her and her books. I told her about my failed relationships, my fear of commitment, my silence. She looked at me for a long moment and said, "You know, Rajiv, sometimes we look so hard for love in the loud places, we miss the quiet ones that were always nearby." That sentence, it hit me like lightning, because in that moment, I realized something. She had always been there. Not just as a teacher, but as a calm presence, someone who truly saw me. The next morning, before leaving, we met again. For coffee, not as teacher and student, but as two people who had been through life, who had lost and survived. It wasn't romantic, not yet, but it was real. We laughed over old memories. She remembered my essay about love and time. I couldn't believe she still remembered. "I never forgot that line you wrote," she said, eyes smiling. "Sometimes love arrives when the clock stops ticking." I had forgotten I even wrote that, but she hadn't. That morning, as we parted, she touched my hand and said softly, "Don't wait another 30 years to talk again. It's been a year since that reunion." And yes, we talk every day now. We meet once a week. We walk. We read poetry. Sometimes we just sit in silence. No promises, no drama, just peace. At 52, I thought love had passed me by, but I was wrong. Because love doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it comes in the form of a soft voice, a warm smile, and a second chance. So when people ask me, "What changed you?" I just say, at 52 I saw her again, and this time I didn't look away.